if you panic when someone texts, "Can I come over?" this video will make you feel seen. Look, we need to talk about something nobody admits out loud. You know that friend who always suggests meeting at a coffee shop, who suddenly gets busy when you mention stopping by? Yeah, that's not a coincidence. There's a whole tribe of us who would rather wrestle a bear than have someone knock on our door unannounced. And no, it's not about being antisocial. It's way more fascinating than that. It's what I call the territory defense mechanism. Here's the thing. Your home isn't just four walls and a couch. Psychologically, it's an extension of your identity. Dr. Sam Gosling from the University of Texas found that people can accurately judge your personality just by looking at your bedroom. That's terrifying, right? When someone enters your space, they're literally walking through your brain. Every unwashed dish, every weird poster, every questionable life choice is on display. It's like letting someone read your diary, except the diary is three-dimensional and smells like last night's takeout. But that leads to the next stage, the preparation anxiety spiral. Here's where it gets wild. Studies show that people who hate hosting don't just dislike the actual visit. They dread the preparation. It's called anticipatory anxiety, and it's brutal. You're not just cleaning, you're erasing evidence of your humanity. That pile of laundry? Gone. The 17 coffee mugs scattered around? Vanished. You're basically staging a crime scene, except the crime is being a normal person who lives in their house. And get this, research shows that the average person spends 3 to 4 hours preparing for a 2-hour visit. You're literally spending more time getting ready for them than actually being with them. It's like studying for a test that doesn't matter, except the test is whether your bathroom looks like it belongs to a real adult. And the worst part? You know they don't care. They're probably sitting in their own mess right now. But your brain is screaming, they'll judge the dust on your ceiling fan, even though nobody has looked at a ceiling fan since 1987. Once they arrive, you're dealing with performance exhaustion. Here's something nobody talks about. Hosting is a performance. You're not just existing in your space anymore. You're the director, actor, and stagehand of a one-person show called I'm a Functioning Adult. Psychologists call this self-monitoring, and some people have the dial cranked to 11. You're suddenly aware of how you sit, how you laugh, whether your snacks are impressive enough. It's like being on a first date, except it's in your house and you can't leave. Here's the kicker. You're also running a mental checklist the entire time. Did they notice the stain on the carpet? Should I offer them another drink? Is my house too cold? Too hot? Studies show this constant mental monitoring can spike cortisol levels as high as a job interview. Research from Dr. Mark Leary shows that people with high self-consciousness experience physical exhaustion from social situations. Your brain is burning calories just trying to seem normal. It's a workout, except instead of getting abs, you get anxiety. Finally, it all comes down to introvert energy economics. Let's talk about the battery metaphor everyone uses. Introverts recharge alone, extroverts recharge with people. Cool. But here's the twist. Your home is your charging station. When someone invades that space, it's like trying to charge your phone while using it for GPS, streaming music, and playing a game. Sure, it technically works, but you're losing power faster than you're gaining it. And here's what nobody tells you. It can take introverts up to 48 hours to fully recover from hosting, 2 full days to get back to baseline. Meanwhile, your extroverted friend who just left, they're already texting 3 other people to hang out because you energized them. Dr. Marty Olson-Laney's research on introversion shows that introverts have different dopamine pathways. Social interaction is literally more neurologically expensive for them. Having guests over isn't just tiring, it's biologically costly. Let's talk about the control paradox. Here's the really twisted part. You'd think having people in your space means you have control, right? Wrong. The moment someone enters your home, you've lost all control. You can't just leave. You can't dictate how long they stay. You are trapped in a social contract where you definitely did not read the terms and conditions. Then there's the guest privilege phenomenon. They can touch your stuff, they sit in your favorite spot, they can even critique your decor, and you just have to smile through it. If you tried that at their place, you'd be the rude one. But when they're the guest, suddenly all bets are off. The psychologist Dr. Susan David calls this emotional rigidity, that feeling of being completely stuck in a situation you can't escape. At a restaurant, you can fake an emergency call. At their place, you can claim you have an early morning. But at your place, you're the host. You are legally, spiritually, and socially obligated to stay until they decide to leave, even if that's 3 hours past your bedtime. But it gets deeper. It's about the vulnerability exposure. Your home contains all the evidence of who you really are. That self-help book you're too embarrassed to read in public, it's sitting right there on your shelf. That weird hobby you don't tell anyone about, the evidence is in your closet. That embarrassing thing you bought at 2 a.m. on a Tuesday, it's somewhere in this house. Psychologists call this environmental identity threat, when your physical space reveals parts of yourself you're not ready to share. It's the reason people hide their prescription bottles before guests arrive, and why that one drawer in your kitchen is held shut by sheer willpower and a little bit of prayer. The researcher Brené Brown's entire work on vulnerability shows that selective disclosure is how we protect ourselves. But your home doesn't let you be selective. It is full disclosure, whether you like it or not. And even after they leave, it's not over. Now you're facing the aftermath dread. You have to clean again. Except this time, you're cleaning up someone else's mess in your own sanctuary. Those crumbs on your couch? Not yours. That water ring on your coffee table? Didn't exist an hour ago. And let's talk about the phantom presence effect. For hours after they're gone, you can still feel them there. You walk into your living room and it just feels different. Like the furniture remembers someone else sat there. And it's not just in your head. Environmental psychologists confirm that spaces hold social residue that takes time to dissipate. Your space feels different. It's been contaminated by outside energy. It sounds dramatic, but it's a real psychological need to reclaim your space after visitors. And here's the final boss level, the social obligation trap. You know what having someone over really means? It means you're probably going to their place next. It's an unspoken social contract, and you just signed it by opening your door. Dr. Robert Cialdini's research on reciprocity shows that humans are wired to return favors. You've just created a social debt. Congratulations, you played yourself. But here's the plot twist. Here's what's actually beautiful about all this. Hating having guests over doesn't make you broken. It makes you human. It means you understand that your space is sacred, that your energy is finite, that boundaries aren't mean, they're necessary for survival. The people who get it will respect it, and the people who don't, well, they can meet you at that coffee shop down the street. So next time someone asks, "Why don't you ever have people over?" you can smile and say, "Because I love you enough to meet you somewhere I can actually enjoy your company." And that's not antisocial, that's self-aware. Now, if you'll excuse me, someone just texted asking if they can stop by, and I need to go pretend my house is being fumigated.